What made you finally report your toxic leader after staying quiet for so long? Captain Brennan ran our logistics company like his personal kingdom. Guy had 16 years in, knew every regulation, and used them all as weapons against anyone below him. First 6 months under him, I learned to keep my mouth shut, watched him take credit for our work, blame us for his mistakes, and write evaluation reports that destroyed careers over personal grudges. He had this thing where he'd inspect our work at midnight, make us redo supply inventories we'd already finished perfectly. Said it built character. Really, it was just a power trip. My buddy Corporal Reed questioned him once about a suspicious fuel report. Numbers didn't match, looked like someone was skimming. Reed brought it up professionally during a staff meeting. Brennan smiled, thanked him for the input. 2 weeks later, Reed got transferred to the worst assignment on base. Night shift at the vehicle wash rack. 6 months of scrubbing trucks in freezing weather. Message received. Don't question the captain. I watched good soldiers leave the army because of him. Specialist Vaughn, best mechanic we had, just quit after 3 years, said dealing with Brennan wasn't worth the paycheck. Private Holloway requested a transfer 4 times. All denied. Brennan told him, "You'll leave when I say you can leave." The worst part was how he'd act different around higher-ups. All smiles and military bearing when the battalion commander visited. Professional, competent, by-the-book officer. Then the brass would leave and he'd transform back, screaming at privates over minor uniform violations, threatening Article 15s for being 2 minutes late, making soldiers do push-ups until they puked. I documented everything quietly, kept copies of emails where he took credit for my reports, screenshots of messages where he blamed his failures on subordinates, wrote down dates and times of his worst incidents. But I never reported it, too scared of ending up like Reed or Vaughn. Had 2 years left on my contract, just needed to survive. The breaking point came on a Tuesday morning. We had this young soldier, Private Sutton, 20 years old, kid from Idaho. His mom had stage 4 cancer back home. Sutton had been requesting emergency leave for 3 weeks. Red Cross verified everything. His mom had maybe 2 months left. He just wanted to see her before she died. Brennan kept denying it, said we were too short-staffed, that family problems didn't excuse soldiers from their duty, that Sutton needed to toughen up and focus on the mission. I watched that kid break down in the supply room, crying on the phone with his dad, apologizing because he couldn't come home, saying he'd never forgive himself if she died before he saw her. That afternoon, Brennan left base early, told us he had an important meeting. 3 hours later, I saw him at the golf course with some contractor buddies, laughing, drinking beer, having a great time. While Sutton sat in the barracks devastated this man was playing golf. Something snapped in me. I'd been quiet for 18 months, watched him destroy careers, crush morale, treat soldiers like property. But this was different. This wasn't about careers or egos anymore. This was about a dying mother and her son. I pulled out all my documentation, every email, every screenshot, every incident I'd recorded, added Sutton's leave request with a Red Cross verification, wrote a formal complaint detailing 18 months of toxic leadership, didn't go through Brennan's chain of command, went straight to the Inspector General hotline. Anonymous, at first, but I included my name and contact information at the end, said I'd testify to everything if needed. The IG investigation started within 48 hours. They interviewed 15 soldiers. Every single one confirmed the pattern of abuse. Reed came back from his punishment assignment to give testimony. Vaughn drove 3 hours from his civilian job to provide a statement. Even soldiers who'd already left the army showed up. Turned out I wasn't the only one documenting everything. Other soldiers had been keeping records too. We had years of evidence. Brennan tried to claim it was all lies from disgruntled subordinates, that we were coordinating a smear campaign because we couldn't handle proper leadership. Then the IG pulled his phone records. All those important meetings he'd been attending, golf games, long lunches, afternoon trips to the mall while we worked 12-hour shifts. They found the fuel discrepancies Reed had questioned. Brennan had been selling excess fuel to local contractors, pocketing about $2,000 monthly for 8 months. Court-martial happened 6 months later. Found guilty on multiple counts. Fraud, conduct unbecoming, dereliction of duty, dishonorable discharge, and 3 years in military prison. Lost his pension, everything. But here's the part that mattered most to me. During the investigation, the new commander immediately approved Sutton's emergency leave. Kid flew home that same week. He got to spend 3 weeks with his mom before she passed. Was there holding her hand at the end. Told me later those final conversations meant everything. At Brennan's sentencing, the judge specifically mentioned how he denied emergency leave while neglecting his own duties. Said it showed a complete absence of human decency. Reed got promoted to sergeant. Vaughn got hired back as a civilian contractor. Same job, better pay. Holloway transferred to a unit where he's thriving. The new commander asked me why I'd waited so long to report. I told him the truth. Fear, self-preservation, the same reason good people stay quiet everywhere. But eventually silence becomes its own kind of guilt. Last I heard, Brennan's working security at a shopping mall in Kansas. Makes $9 an hour and has to call everyone sir and ma'am. Sutton sends me a Christmas card every year with a photo of his family. Got married, had 2 kids, doing great. Always includes a note thanking me. Says his mom told him before she died that the army must be full of good people if someone fought that hard to get him home. I keep those cards in my desk. Reminder that speaking up, even when you're terrified, is sometimes the only right choice left.